Hi guys, today it's gonna be kind of old school Canon Danny movie with the hub maintenance. I've got my wheels from the Yellow Bee, my sweet Yellow Bee, which has done over 1300 kilometers now, so about 1000 miles, and I feel... Can you hear that? That the hubs need some servicing. I should have done some servicing before because these are already dry inside, but I haven't done any servicing on my Yellow Bee just to see how tough the bike is, and it's really tough. In the rear I have the Shimano Diore M6000, that should be. Yes, FH, that's FH, front hub should be FH, that's a rear hub. FH M6010B Malaysia. So Diore 6000, but at the front I have some tapered no-name hub. It's not gonna be cup and cone as the rear one. We're gonna see that in a minute. I'm gonna just follow you how to find out how to disassemble the hub and what to do it. With the Diore it will be easy stuff, and then we'll see what we come across in the front wheel. Here it is. This is the Diore M6000, the non-drive side. That's where we're gonna start. You can see there is nothing for the Allen key, so we're gonna use some wrenches. That's, see this shaping right here, over there. Probably 14, 15, 16 millimeters. We're gonna see about that. So we are loosening here and we don't touch anything at the free hub size, at the drive side. All right, let's see where are the tools. So I've got here 17, 18. That's not gonna, yeah, okay, that's 17. Oh my goodness, yeah, 17. And the other one, 17. So 17 and 17 millimeters. Cup and cone. Let's do this. Ooh, ooh. Oh man, oh man. This was hard. It goes like this. Cool. It is all dry. It should be dry here. And then put all the parts in the order, in the right order. And then this will be the other part of it. Okay, there is some grease, but there's also some dirt inside here. Bach, bach, should be like this. Then we can remove the axle. Ooh, can see some dirt. It's not bad. It's not bad, but the dirt is there. Now, remember to count number of the balls on each side. It doesn't have to be the same exact number. Okay, can you see this? This needs some servicing for sure. And here's the other side. Good thing to have a magnetic screwdriver. I can already see the one that fell down to the floor, and it's also good to have something to keep all the balls in place. So let's remove those. Boom, boom. Let's count these. That's 13 on the drive side. Okay, can you see this lip? That's the small seal. We don't want to damage this one, so do it just little by little. Be always gentle and patient. Oh, great. Alrighty. So remember on which side this was. Once again, putting this all together, it was just like this. And as you can see, we have all these balls together on this side. Now, very simple work. We need to clean, degrease and clean this side and the other side. And I forgot about this seal on this side as well. So that's the drive side. This could be same seals, could be different seals, so make sure you know which is which. I'm just gonna use a cloth in order to remove the grease. Nice to have some pliers that will help me with this job. Great. No dirt will be left there. It is quite clean, there's no grease inside there, not that much at least. Now I'm gonna use degreaser. I've been using the Makov Bio Degreaser for many months. I have it for like 2 years, I believe. I don't use it so much, like just a little bit. That's just enough for me to clean. We want to be bio-friendly. And just wipe the dirt off. The bearing races are clean, everything is degreased from inside. Now I'm gonna clean the axle and all the other parts, like the seals. But my friends, before I move on with this is already clean. I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. Couple of words. Number one, removing these lips is quite time consuming. So some of you may not feel comfortable doing it. Don't do it. You can just degrease everything, use a brush and just do it thoroughly. So next time I don't think I would really remove this one. Second thing, have everything clean, because what I did, it happened to me a couple of times already and I did it again. If you leave some sand, for example, on the thread here, when you thread this part in, you're gonna push the dirt to the cup and cone bearing and it's gonna be bad and you will have to do it again. So everything clean, change the racks when you do the last cleaning after degreasing. I actually took some water, degreaser and some really nice brush in order to clean this one. So this is now super clean. Now I'm just gonna apply the grease, but you are watching how I did this. Let's put what's clean here on the rack. It's not 100% clean because I'm gonna degrease in the second, but for now I'm just removing the dirt, the old like grime and grease. All right, inspect the seals. These look very good. No problem with these at all. No rust on the steel parts, and the rubber parts, those lips, have nice edges, nice even edges, just like on the new one. Make sure there's no grime, no dirt right there, just under the lips here. You see it's still there, so I'm going to use degreaser and clean it thoroughly. You don't want to have any dirt there. Not too much. That's fine. Now the brush. That's what I love to do, guys. And the more I train, the more I ride, the less time I have for it. But it is so relaxing. It always reminds me of the Fast and Furious movie. It was the first part, I guess. But do you remember the guy, that's funny guy who's been working on engines? And there is one scene when he says that there is something in the engines that makes me calm. Like, I calm down when I work on the engines. Same with this stuff. Here's how I do it with these balls. They are just inside here, and they're gonna wait here. Let's change the rag. This would be difficult to clean without a degreaser, so just a little bit, but on both sides. Clean rag and a degreaser can do wonders. You see my bearings are super clean. The axle, the caps, the seals, clean and dry. Now I'm gonna apply this grease. This is Shimano hub grease, like general grease, into the hub on the races, and also a little bit on the balls. How much grease I do apply? You would usually want to have your bearing about 1/3 of the space inside the bearing filled with the grease, roughly. But because I'm using my yellow bee for really hard work, and I don't want to do maintenance like each six months. It took me 12 months and 1,300 kilometers to do it. I will put more. So I would say maybe 3/4, like 75% of the space will be filled with the grease, because the grease is the sealant. You see, that's how much I've put there. And when I stick the bearing balls to the grease, then I'm gonna put another small layer, like a layer of the grease. All the balls are there, and now I'm just covering those with a little bit of a grease. Just make sure you're not removing those while doing this. It's time for the seal. Make sure you're using the correct one, the right one. That's why I told you have everything on the table just as you would put it all together. So know which side is drive side, non-drive side, and the order of the parts. Now I'm gonna push it through. I'm gonna show you. You see, it's coming like this, and we have to make sure it will go all the way to its place. For that, I'm using the wider end of my screwdriver. I find these seals on the Deore hub especially tricky, because they don't go that easily, and you cannot just push those down there with your fingers. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, but you don't want to lose these ones. That's why we are starting with the axle. A little bit of a grease on the axle there, on the bearing race, because this is cap and cone. Just thread it through. Feeling nice. The seal is there first, and then comes this part with the axle, closing it. And since the axle is here, it would be easier for you to also put all the balls. But on this type of hub, we have the other side on this little ring. So I'm just letting it go down. Make sure you do it with the right way. You can always check it like this. You know how this cap will come and how it will fit, because one side it won't fit any at all, and the other side it will. You see, it should be just like that. The seal just as on the other side. So I think I will put a little bit of grease on the bearing side of the seal, and just push it down as I did on the drive side. Okay, here it is. The seal sits nicely, and now comes this part. Let's thread it in. We are almost done. It's good to hear that the thread is clean, because we are not pushing any dirt against the bearing. And now let's see. Beautiful. Now we need to lock it. In order to do that, I would always leave a little bit of a play on the bearing, and then when you lock it, it will tighten a little bit. So I'm not leaving it tighten as it should be. I'm just leaving just a little bit of a play, not too much, just a little bit, and see how it works. It can work differently for different hubs. It can be tricky. I mean, Probably you're gonna have to try a couple of times, maybe 3, sometimes more. But okay, this is now too tight, so I need to leave more play. It's not a perfect design, even though cap and cone bearings from Shimano can be very good, but I would say on these higher components like XT, Ultegra, Dura Ace is great. Okay, you see, too much play. Again, now it feels perfect. You see, it's still kind of loud, but I know it is clean. The grease is there, so it will be also watertight, waterproof for another 1000 kilometers at least, or another season. That's good. By the way, if you're not happy with the Deore hub working in dirty conditions, muddy conditions, wet conditions, that might be one of the good ideas for upgrading, because this is not really well sealed, but now it's okay, and it's gonna work. By the way, my friends, I think it's just as smooth as it can get with the Deore M6000 hub. Here we go. That's it. Bye.